So I'm sure it's good to be back out there after all that time off. Can you just describe the feeling of this being the game you come back?
It felt really good, especially because the Rowdies were there to support the team, and you hear a couple of chants, it makes you feel better. Kind of makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck. So it always feels good to get back out there, especially since it's my senior year and I only have a few games left. So it's good just to get out there.
Did you ever, when the injury happened, did you envision this, that you'd be able to come back this year and be able to get back and play?
I always had the hope that I would, because if I just gave up on it, I would never came back. So I just believed that I would be able to come back and push through the injury, and here we are.
What is it? Just talk a little bit about the process of getting back, how tough it was to watch on the bench these past few months.
It was definitely tough watching it from the bench, but it also gave me a little bit more motivation for getting back to it, and that's what I could be a part of again as a team and join the boys on the ice. So just keep pushing through and makes you stronger. So.
And what would it mean to you after all you've been through to be able to go to win another Federation Championship and move on to the States?
It would be very amazing considering I might not have came back, but it's just always nice to hopefully move on to the championship and move on past that. So just looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
A big one here over time. And what do you think you guys did well to be able to move on today?
We really we stuck to our game plan. We got pucks deep, and we really cycled the corners well, and just got a lot of pucks to the net. I think we had over 40 shots, and I don't even know if they got double digits. So that was our game plan going in: strong defensive play, and get pucks to the net. And we knew we'd bury our opportunities if we got pucks to the net.
Do you think you guys kind of warmed down after a while? It seems like after your first 20 you had 1 goal, and then your next 20 you guys got 7 more. So you think you kind of warmed down?
Yeah. As soon as that's really our game plan, we get the pucks behind their D and try to play physical, and that really wears them down. And another big factor is that we have 4 lines we're rolling the whole time, and usually other teams in this league, they only have 1, maybe 2 lines that they really rely on, so that really helps us a lot.
When you think about the trials of this early season coming off the back-to-back state titles, what does it mean to now be at this point and have it play a game like that?
Oh, it's huge. After all we've gone through this season, the past 2 years they've been really, really good teams. And we kind of have a lot to live up to, and after all the adversity we've gone through this season, it's really nice to kind of come together in this playoff game and bury our opportunities and show our talents on the scoreboard.
What do you think maybe was the turning point of the season, you think?
10 games ago, the last 10 games we've gone undefeated. I think it was after the North game. We lost 3-1 to North, but that third period we outshot them like 15-5, and that third period from there we really turned our season around, and I think it was either Clarence or Timon was our next game, and from then on we've gone undefeated. So since before Martin Luther King Day.
Great win, one of the things we've been working on is just offensively, just trying to get the puck in the net. If you look at our losses or our ties this season, it really came down to our inability to finish. And so we've been preaching it hard, just execute. To see the puck go in the net 8 times tonight, I can't tell you how thrilled we are about that. I felt defensively we were strong all year. Defensively, I thought we were strong all year. I mean, in our 16 league games, we didn't let in only 18 goals. So, that's what we were preaching, and like I said, we're thrilled with the outcome. It was a total team effort tonight. So, I get emotional thinking about it. The first thing I said when it happened in New York City is please, Lord, don't make that be his last game. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, as much as on the outside, I just kept saying, Shane, when you coming back? You think you can go tonight? Like, in our mind, or at least in my mind, I always thought it was kind of a long shot. And but the kid was so determined. He he went to rehab, and anytime he had a spare moment, Pete, our trainer, and Shane were off doing something, whether it was pushing the paper clips or pushing the coins, or even just rubbing the scar tissue so the swelling would go down. Shane was determined to come back, and for me, I've been involved in hockey for a long time. This is my 10th season here at St. Joe's, and there's no better comeback story for us than we were worried we almost lost him, and to see him back in a St. Joe's uniform tonight is just, like I said, there's a lot of blessings on this team, and we thank the Lord for that one.
Can you just describe his excitement tonight to be back on the ice?
Well, it's an interesting situation, right? So to us, it would have been a little bit, if we could script it, I guess, a little bit differently, we would have loved him to get in one of those last regular season games so we could celebrate what an amazing accomplishment this is. But to be honest, it almost, I appreciate you guys giving it the attention it deserves, but for our team, we didn't want it to become, the main attraction tonight. And I think Shane, if you know Shane, he didn't want that either. So, a couple times I just kind of, I took the time, and I saw the other coaches take the time to give him a pat on the back, and man, I said to him when he got the assist, I said, hey, it's official now. When your name gets called over the PA and your number's on the score sheet. But yeah, it's exciting to talk about right now, but to be honest, before the game, this team was as focused as it's been all year.
Can you talk a little bit about, the slow start you guys kind of had? It wasn't the success you're used to in the past, but these last few weeks you kind of gotten on a run. What's kind of been the difference for you guys?
Well, I think going back to like what we talked about offensively, so our last loss was against North, and in the first two periods, I didn't feel like we were bringing it. And then in the third period, we had a great third period where we think we outplayed them. They won the game, but that was kind of a turning point for us, and we started talking a little bit about every single game in practice bringing an intensity, a passion, a work ethic like no other. And since then, it's been strong. It's been strong. Even the two ties that we're disappointed against, which were Niagara Wheatfield, we tied them 1-1, and McQuaid. We haven't lost since North, but we have two ties, so we're undefeated in the last 10 games. Even those two ties, we outworked them. We outworked those two opponents, and no disrespect to Niagara Wheatfield or McQuaid, both great teams. But we had a lot more shots. We had a lot more zone time. My opinion is that we brought a stronger effort. And while we were disappointed with the ties, I think our opponents, if they were being honest, would tell you they were a relief. So it's that intensity, that passion, that work ethic that's been a big difference in the last 10 games. And we're hopeful to continue that over the, at least the next one.
And tonight's game was kind of similar to last year's semifinal. You guys had a kind of a slower start. I think you were up 1-0 after one, and then kind of exploded. I think you had 9 last year, 8 this year. Do you guys kind of feel you get more comfortable, as you kind of wear teams down with shots?
Yes. Yeah, we want to get that puck deep on them. We want to wear them down with our forecheck, and then we start to just do a better job with time and space with the puck. So I felt as the game went on, our decision making with the puck offensively got better. But the boys worked hard in that first that goalie looked exhausted to me. Their D looked exhausted. Our zone time, 75 to 25. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to tilt the rink on them, and I think we were able to accomplish that tonight.
And you guys have St. Mary's next, obviously. I don't know if you're expecting to have them. You don't have your rematch with Canisius. So what do you think, them, getting back in the Fed their first year and they're in the finals?
What a great story, huh?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for them, and hats off to them. It's great. It's great. We want to have great competition in the Fed. We think it's the best league in the state, and they're welcome. We're welcome back. We welcome them back, and what a great story for them to, 5th seed knocking off St. Francis, and then knocking off the 1st seed Canisius. It's great. It's going to be a tough battle for us. We're gonna have to play as good as we did tonight, maybe even better to win a championship. So, like I said, I commend them for getting to the championship, and it's a neat story. But we also have some goals in our locker room.